And Brian Pannebecker, who's like a friend of mine. This guy, where is he? Where's Brian? Where is he? Do you want to come up? Come on up here, Brian. This guy, he thinks the United Auto Workers have the worst leader and that they're crazy. They're going to be driven out of business. All the business is going to China. Within 2-3 years, you're not going to have auto workers in this. If they vote for Trump, we're going to bring in factories at levels that you've never seen before. We're going to get the auto workers' jobs back like it was 30 years ago and 40 years ago before everybody left. We're going to get it back at levels that you've never seen. Brian, say hello, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And the last time you called me up on stage in Grand Rapids, it was the first rally that you'd held since the assassination attempt, and honestly, I was speechless. But tonight, I want to say a couple things real briefly. I represent the Auto Workers for Trump organization, which was a Facebook group. I started that group. Thank you. There's some auto workers here, I'm sure. Lansing got a lot of them. But unfortunately, a lot of them have lost their jobs. Listen, Chrysler and General Motors have already gone bankrupt once. But if we allow electric vehicle mandates to be put on this industry by the federal government, they're going out of business again. We got to fight against that. And this guy standing right here is the only person who will do it. We cannot allow the federal government to put mandates on the auto industry to build electric vehicles when the consumers do not want them. So I'm asking everybody, I'm asking auto workers, and I'm asking everybody that supplies the auto industry, get 10 or 15 of your friends, make sure they get out and vote. Our very survival depends on it, and we can't allow it to happen. So vote Trump and J.D. Vance, and we'll turn this country around. He's done it once. Unfortunately, he's going to have to go back and do it again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Wait, stay here for a second. I love you. Wait, come here. You know, as he's speaking, look at the arms of this guy.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Look at that.
Cut it out.
Well, let me see. He's really great and a real patriot, and it's true. You know, they're building, I don't know if you know, numerous of the biggest auto plants in the world right now.
In Mexico.
Right near the border in Mexico, owned by China. They think they're going to build the cars and send them in, and with this administration, they won't even know what's happening. They'll take every single job. You're not going to have any auto workers within 2 years, maybe 3 years. Nobody's going to be making cars here. I told them, if you do that, we're going to put tariffs on at 200, 250%. You're never going to sell one car in this country. And they didn't build them. And then as soon as I left, because of a bad situation that happened, because we did great in this state too.
Yeah, you won it.
But a bad situation that happened, corrupt, bad situation. You have to keep your eyes open this time.
Yep.
But you know, they use COVID to cheat. Very simple. They use COVID to cheat. But I told them, I said, you do it, you're not going to sell any cars. As soon as I was gone, they started construction, and they're almost finished, and that's going to wipe you out. They're the biggest plants anywhere in the world. A friend of mine builds plants, and I think he's building these. I said, I want to see some big plants. I want to go and tour some of the big auto plants. That's all he does. Honestly, he's a great guy. Can't walk across the street. He can build a plant like nobody. He said, sir, you're going to have to come to Mexico. I said, no, I want to see one in the United States. He said, the big ones are being built in Mexico. That's no good. And we're not going to let it happen. They can build their plant. They're not going to have any cars coming into this country. If they want to build a plant, they can. They're going to build it in Michigan or at least someplace in our country. Thank you.
The UAW members realize this now, and I'm doing a rally at a different auto plant every week. I started in June. We're going to go all the way to November, and we're talking to the auto workers as they come off their shift and go into work, and 70 or 80% of them are voting for Donald Trump because they know their jobs depend on it.
Thank you, sir. Wow. That guy's... He's a dynamic guy, isn't he, huh? No, it's really, look, I didn't know Brian. He just knows that, you know, we had 4 great years. But I got an award years ago in Michigan. I got Man of the Year a long time ago. In fact, the fake news said, I never got it. I made it up. I didn't make it up. And then they found out I actually did get it. I was lucky. They found out who it was. It was like a Chamber of Commerce someplace. And I gave a whole speech. This was probably 15 years ago, 17 years ago. I gave a speech on why are you letting them steal your auto manufacturing business? And it only got worse and worse and worse. Then I stopped it. And then as soon as I was gone, they let it happen. And these plants that are being built all around the world are going to take all of your business. And I'm a big fan of electric cars, but they're limited. They don't go far, they're very expensive, and they're going to all be made in China because they have the material. But we have more liquid gold under our feet than anybody else. It's called gasoline for what we talk about. And we want to build gasoline-propelled cars, but we also want to build hybrids, and we want to build electric cars. You know, Elon Musk, I think he's great, and he endorsed me very strongly. I said, listen, you know, I'm all for electric cars, but not all of them, because they really don't go far yet, but they're incredible. The job he's done and the job that others have done are great. And it's called a market. You have to be able to buy what you want to buy. There'll be another form of car. They talk about hydrogen now. They talk about all sorts of things, but it's called a market. But we can't do that. They want to put, and like immediately, all electric cars, but we don't have enough electricity to supply ourselves right now. You go out to California, which was destroyed by Kamala. Destroyed. She destroyed the city of San Francisco. And I own a big building there. I shouldn't talk about this, but that's okay. I don't give a damn because this is what I'm doing. I should say it's the finest city in the world. Sell and get the hell out of there, right? But I can't do that. I don't care, you know. I lost billions of dollars. You know, somebody said, what do you think he lost? I said, probably 2-3 billion. That's okay, I don't care. They said, do you think you'd do it again? And that's the least of it. Nobody. They always say that, I don't know if you know, Lincoln was horribly treated. Jefferson was pretty horribly. Andrew Jackson, they say, was the worst of all, that he was treated worse than any other president. And I said, do that study again, because I think there's nobody close to Trump. I even got shot. And who the hell knows where that came from, right? No, these are bad people. They're sick people. You know, we have people on the outside, the countries, but if you have a smart president, the countries will be an asset, not a liability. That includes China. That includes Russia. If you have a smart president, but we don't have a smart president right now, by the way, you're going to end up in World War III. This period of time better happen fast, because we have nobody running our country. We have nobody at the Resolute desk. There's nobody, the two of them. She's no good, and he's sleeping.